is, what are some of your top tips for someone who maybe they've been doing keto for a while and they're curious about carnivore, or maybe they're inspired by some of the results they've seen, like you've had incredible results with your Hashimoto's. What are some top tips that you tell to people just getting started?
Well, I think it's first you have to get your mind right about it and figure out your why. And, um, your motivation has to be high to go into it because it is a lifestyle change and people may give you some flack about it. So I'd say just think of get your freezer full, get your pantry cleaned out. Those are some things you need to do ahead of time to get going. So you need to get your just get all your shopping done, and then think about your reasons why, and write those out, because it's going to be hard sometimes to turn down treats and things like that. So, and get a time frame. Like I knew I was going to start October 1st of 2018 because I wanted a date that I could remember. I didn't want to start halfway through the month and then be like, oh, when did I start? I don't know. So at this point it's almost January, so maybe decide you're going to start January 1st, and just think about your real reason why. Like, my reason wasn't weight loss, it was to fix my digestion, and because that had been such a problem for me. So I think your why has to be pretty big, or else you're just, if it's lose 5 pounds, you're probably not going to stick with it because it's not as motivating. And then I think just having everything ready in place. You don't want to start when it's going to, the next day's your birthday, and you're going to have to not eat, keto cheesecake or something like that. So you want to start when you have a good set of 3 or 4 weeks that you can really devote to it. So I didn't want to start when I was traveling because I just couldn't get my head around that. So I wanted to be home where I could cook and kind of be more in control of my input. And now when I travel, it's no big deal at all. You're just like, whatever, I can do it. And you're not hungry. So, you can wait another hour or 2 hours or 3 hours if you need to get to that next meal.
Yeah, those are really, really good tips. And it's true. I remember starting keto, and I'll never forget, like, I went to the grocery store and I had this list of all this stuff that I had never looked for before. And I was looking for coconut oil and like all these, erythritol and stevia and all these things. And with carnivore, it's just go get your eggs and meat and some ground beef and eggs. And if you're wanting to do dairy, get some dairy and you're good. It's so simple and so easy, and you don't have to turn your whole, cupboards inside out. But I love that you brought up getting your mindset right and making sure that, you may need to do a little bit of cleaning out of your cupboards if your intention is to do it for, certain reasons, or do it for a period of time. I remember just getting all my stevia together, and the foods and things that you spend so much money on these things. It's like, I was like, what do I do with these? Like, do I give them away? Like, I don't know. I just kind of put everything in a box, and I think we put it in the garage, and I was like, I'll just leave it here. And eventually we got rid of it. But yeah, it's important to make sure you're mentally prepared.